right before we get started, I just wanted to let you all know how utterly grateful and humbled I am from the love and response that you've given me from my first live stream last week, where I just utterly poured out all of myself, my thoughts, my feelings, my vulnerability, and I'm just really grateful that my message and my current journey resonated with y'all. And yeah, let's keep doing it. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep fighting to make our best lives happen. And I just wanted to let you all know that I'm here with you all the way. So without further ado, let's get to the new video. Check it out. Hey everyone, I'm Adrian Pangilinan and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And if this is your first time, thank you very much and welcome to the family. So for today's video, I briefly want to talk about some tips and advices that I want to share with you all in regards to finding your joy, peace, and happiness in the upcoming holiday season. So without further ado, let's get started. So for today's video, I will be using my Trello notes once again. Trello, thank you very much for helping me organize my ideas from, production to reality. So the first one that I have is meditating and or praying, and specifically going to church. So in one of my recent videos, I delved into my experiences growing up in the church and how it took me quite a while to really find my place back into it. But as I'm talking now, I really feel like I'm in a place of peace going back again. And that was when I realized that just allowing myself to be there, to talk to him, to pray, and in other words also meditating, for that hour that I'm there once a week, I have really been able to find happiness and a lot of peace, I admit, because I realized that whether you believe in in God or a greater being, a higher being, for me, I realized that surrendering all of my inhibitions and problems felt so good to me, because I realized that there are many things that I can't control in my life, but the only thing I can control is how I react to it. And the moment I really started to find myself back into that groove again, things started, opportunities and blessings started coming my way. But I really needed to center myself, to ground myself, and to also humble myself, to bring my head down before that happened. So that'd be the first advice that I give you all, is to take the time or any time that you have to meditate or to go to church and pray and give thanks to the blessings that you've gotten. Okay, so the next one that I have is volunteering your time and resources. So I do strongly believe that the holidays are really the perfect time to give back whatever we have been given to the world, to share to those that don't have it, because speaking from my experiences, although it took me a bit longer to come into realization that I did grow up privileged in many ways, more than what I'd like to admit. I feel like for a while I played this guilt trip to myself that I didn't deserve any of this, but I do, and it was given to me, so I just have to take it. So now, in regards to volunteering your time and resources, taking the time out of your day to give back is, I feel like, really one of the best things we can do in the upcoming holiday season, because it really helps put things into different perspectives. It really ultimately helps us find gratitude and humility once we realize that at the end of the day, our problems is only a dot in a piece of paper. Being able to see that in a different perspective really helps. And also giving our time and resources, makes us really realize what we have, and then anything else that we have in our lives is extra. So for me, what that has been like is volunteering and taking in some projects, creative projects for free, because I've always known that I've always been passionate about it, and I wanted to use this medium and this craft as a way to give back. So the next one would be spending quality time with friends and family. I mean, I already know that's a given because it is the holiday season, especially with the past Thanksgiving and the upcoming Christmas and the New Year. But I just want to reiterate how important it is to make the time and the effort to have quality time with those that matter to you, because at the end of the day, they are the ones that's gonna fill up your half or almost empty bottle, you know, from being burnt out. I don't know. I mean, I think it just feels good. You know, I think it's just such a feel-good thing to be able to have a quality time with your friends and family, and you know, that's gonna help us, you know, become happier and find peace and joy, especially in moving forward and ending the year stronger. So I think one of the things that I was thinking about in terms of this topic is how if you haven't made the time, you know, take the time to, you know, text, you know, your loved ones. Reach out to those that you haven't reached out to because maybe they've been busy or you've been busy. The effort, that's the key word in all of this. Making the effort to reach out so you could have a quality time with your loved ones. The fourth one is doing your winter cleaning. So, on the contrary to what you're seeing, it looks very full and there's a lot of stuff in here, but actually I just cleared out my room. It took me a good 2 weeks to empty out my room because I admit I'm such a hoarder. I love to you know, keep things for, you know, for the sake of memories. Although I realize that I just tend to keep a lot of it just to keep it, and in the long run it just accumulates into trash essentially. So, you know, I started off with my closet. I didn't realize I had so many clothing inside my tiny closet, and then I started with my books, my notebooks from elementary school and on up. You know, I really had to take the time to assess and see what was worth keeping and which one was worth throwing away. And in doing that, I realized that I just had so many trash in general. I mean, at the end of the day, I didn't realize that I had so many items that was just, you know, accumulated in my room, which ultimately affected the energy, the chakra inside the room. And you know, I feel like that's hard to do when you have so many clutter. You know, going into the topic of finding peace, you know, I feel like it's hard to find peace when you're surrounded by clutter, when you know you have a lot of clutter in your room but you're not doing anything about it because it's too messy. So I strongly believe that you do your last winter cleaning, or if you haven't done it, your only winter cleaning before the end of the year, so you could, you know, finish the year stronger, and so you can come into the new year with more of a peaceful mind. And the last one that I have is, I think it's a two-parter. So the first one is crossing off your bucket list if you have one. But for those that don't have one, then the other one that I have is writing a letter to yourself, thanking yourself for how much you've done and how far you've gone this year. Because I feel like at the end of the day, you know, the end of the year, it's really the perfect time to look back at how far we've gone, to really take the time to reflect, to assess, and to think about what has really worked and what hasn't worked, especially in terms of moving forward into the new year. Yes, so I do have to look back at the bucket list that I made, and I'm actually also gonna do both. I'm gonna look back at my bucket list and also write a letter to myself. And actually, speaking of bucket lists, doing the YouTube channel was one of the bucket lists that I had for a very long time that I didn't really start visualizing. I'm not even sure if that's the word, up until this year. So, you know, that's one of the things that I'm so proud that I can finally scratch off. Get this damn YouTube started. Yeah, that is it for my tips and advices in regards to finding your joy, peace, and happiness in the upcoming season. So please like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also follow my other social media outlets for more tips and updates in regards to my YouTube and also my life in general. Thank you very much, happy holidays, and have a good night.